Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Off-Farm Income Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us here on our YouTube channel for episode number 995. That is dangerously close to 1,000, everybody. Unbelievable. Hey, we are going to profile a freshman in high school on today's FFA interview who launched her SAE and her first entrepreneurship business, or first business, right in September. She just did not wait around at all, and she's already growing and expanding. I am telling you all right now, if you want to work for yourself, there are ways to get it done, and the key to figuring it out is just to start. Kenzie Brown is coming to us from Mound City R2 High School in Mound City, Missouri today, and she is going to illustrate that to us very, very clearly. We're going to get that started for you right now. Kenzie, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, thank you for joining me.
You bet. It is my pleasure to speak with you. And, I am excited to learn more about your supervised agricultural experience. I have actually not profiled a student with this business in a few years, and it's a really interesting business. So we're going to get into that in a minute. But where are you talking to us from? Where are you at right now?
I am in my ag room, but I'm in Mound City R2.
Okay. Mound City R2 is your high school, correct?
Yes, and I'm a freshman.
And you're a freshman, all right. And that's Mound City, Missouri.
Yes.
All right. I got to know, how does it Mound City get its name? Are there mounds there or something? You get this question all the time?
I don't ever get the question, but I mean, there are pretty much hills there and everything.
Okay. So there's hills, and they said, well, what's an easy name for this place? Mound City. Okay, we'll go with that. What part of the state are you in? Where are you at?
I'm like at the northern top of the state.
Top of Missouri. Okay, very cool. Well, so tell us about you. Where do you live? Do you live in town? Do you live out on a farm? Do you live like something maybe in the middle of those two? Tell us a little bit about that.
I live about like 2 minutes out of town, but that's about it. It's about like a 5-minute drive to school, and that's it.
Okay, so it's a little ways out of town, and is that on a piece of ground? Is that like a regular residential lot? Tell us about your spot.
I mean, it's just like I live in a neighborhood like a little bit out on a highway.
Okay, I understand. And have you grown up there in Mound City your whole life so far?
No, I moved here 4 years ago from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, from Lincoln. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So Lincoln's a pretty decent sized town. So is this a much smaller town than Lincoln?
Very small.
Very small. What brought you there?
Work. My parents work.
Your parents work. Okay, very good. Well, so you're a freshman, so you're about halfway through your very first year of high school, right?
Yes, that's crazy.
And I see, folks walking around. You're at school. People are wearing masks. Are you guys able to go to school full time, or are you doing some sort of a hybrid schedule?
Nope, we're full time, just wearing masks.
Okay, that's great, man. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so is this your very first year in FFA?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so why did you join? What was it about the FFA that made you want to jump in?
Well, my mom has always been a part of FFA, and she's been talking about it all the time. Ever since I was little, I'd go to like all the things that she was in because she's like worked there and worked for them forever. And so she's always told me like when you're a freshman, you're going to be excited. So that's why I like it.
Okay. So what does she do that she's involved with the FFA that way?
She's just one of the advisors for there. She just helped with all of the meetings and went all the time.
Okay. Okay. So you've kind of got the family legacy going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up.
Very good. So you've gotten started and you've already selected an SAE project, which is really cool. So you're getting started really quick. My daughter, this is her first year of FFA, but she doesn't have an SAE picked out yet. So you guys are rolling really quick, which is great. You're getting things underway. That's a lot of fun, and probably a little encouragement for your mom. She probably had an idea of where this was all going and what you were going to need to do, I imagine. Okay. So is she one of the advisors at Mound City now?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now your high school, it's got the R2 in it. Does that mean it's a hybrid school? Is it a combination of a couple, I guess, a consolidated school?
Yeah, it's preschool through high school.
Preschool through high school. Wow. How many students in your school district?
300.
300. Okay. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Well, I've only been to barely in Missouri. I've been to Kansas City one time. I want to explore your state someday, and a lot of these smaller towns really interest me, and Missouri interests me quite a bit. Let's do this. I'd love to acknowledge your FFA advisors. How many do you have there?
I have two. One's Mr. Dignan, but like I only have one, and then this is one of the assistant teachers.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
How's it going?
Good.
The advisor, Mr. Dignan. We also had a student teacher this semester, Mr. Lewis from Northwest Missouri State University.
Oh, okay. Hello, Mr. Lewis. Well, this is our first time that when we're acknowledging FFA advisors, they do cameos on camera. This is kind of cool. Thanks for giving a shout out, guys.
No problem.
All right. Well, Kenzie, thanks so much for acknowledging your FFA advisors. Always love that. Let's talk about your supervised agricultural experience. I kind of alluded to it a minute ago, but what are you doing and what is it called?
So I am doing Pepper's Pup Treats. We make dog treats and dog cakes. We started out with just doing cakes, and I had the idea of, I was scrolling through Pinterest just to like make a treat for myself, and then I came across dog treats, and I thought that would be cool. So I was testing it out, and then I said I would want to start doing that. So now we're kind of really into the dog treats, and we've sold like so many. Like for Christmas, we did 100 dozen dog treats.
Oh.
But we've done a couple cakes, and that's really what we're basing off of. We've done some cake pops, but that's about all we're doing so far in the first couple of months.
Awesome. Okay. So a lot there. I like how you go, at Christmas we did 100 dozen. You just kind of throw that dozen in. That's like quite a multiplier there. Very cool. So when did you start this?
In September, really. But September.
Man, you hit the ground running in FFA. That's exciting because this has the potential to grow quite a bit. Okay, so it's called Pepper's Pup Treats. Do I have that correct?
Yes, it's because my dog's name is Pepper.
Okay.
And so like everybody thinks it's like salt and pepper, like the salt and pepper, but it's really the dog. My dog.
Okay, I suspected. And so you're making the pup treats, but did you say cakes for dogs? Did I understand?
Yeah, we make, like if it's their birthday, we make them birthday cakes, and then we put like actual dog treats on top.
Oh my goodness. Is the cake an actual cake, or is the whole cake one giant dog treat?
Oh no, it's like an actual cake, like you would eat for like your birthday, but it's dog.
And the dog eats the cake?
Cream cheese on it for them.
And this is fed to the dog?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You folks in Missouri know how to treat your canine friends. This is not something I'm familiar with. I mean, with the dog treats, absolutely, but a cake for your dog on its birthday, that's pretty incredible. Okay, so you found this. So you wanted to make yourself something tasty, and you're going through Pinterest, and then this pops up, and you said, well, I mean, you see it, but seeing an idea is a long way from starting a business and doing it yourself. Why did you make that leap?
Well, because like we love my dog so much, and he's so spoiled. So we were linking like other people might do the same, and it would make like a good SAE project. And it was really hard in the beginning because we had to like figure out the kinks and stuff. But now that we actually have it figured out, it's pretty going well with the dog.
All right. So what kind of dog is Pepper?
He is a mix of a Shih Tzu and a Poodle. So he's a Shih Tzu.
Wow. He's a little dog then.
Yes, very.
A little spoiled dog. My goodness. Okay. All right. So what kind of ingredients are in your dog treats?
It's all human grade. So like if you wanted to try it, it would be fine. And they're not the best for humans because they don't taste very good. But
Okay.
It's like peanut butter, fat-free milk, flour, baking powder, baking soda. There's some applesauce in some of them, just like the basic bland human products. You wouldn't think of putting them in a cake, but they go together.
Okay. Man, the way you answer questions is making me laugh. So when I asked you earlier and you said I did 100 dozen, and then I said, well, what kind of ingredients are in your dog treats? And you went, they're all human grade. You scared me for a second there, Kenzie. But this is not The Walking Dead. I know we're okay. So human grade products are in there. So technically people can eat your dog treats if they wanted to?
We've been told that some, like, they'll be on the counter and then, like, let's say, like, some, like, a husband goes in there and tries, like, looks at them and thinks they're actually human and they eat them. And the mom always texts my mom and says, like, I can't believe they actually, like, look this good and taste like actual human food. But
Well,
it's all good for dogs and they can have it.
so when the husband goes in there and he mistakenly eats the dog treat, does he have any idea, or is he just like, that's a tasty cookie?
I'm sure he probably thinks it's a bit weird and don't know why I'm telling them if he didn't know it's a dog treat, but he figured it out.
How did you figure out what ingredients you needed to put in there that would actually make a dog want to eat this?
Well, when we're eating, like if I'm eating like peanut butter toast, I know for a fact that Pepper always like tries to eat it because he loves peanut butter. I've always heard around that peanut butter is loved by dogs. But we looked it up on the internet and we kind of like started by just doing theirs, and then we added our own little things, and it's come together with all the kinks and all of it, and we just started adding it together.
Okay. So you figured it out, and I'm assuming that Pepper got to be the kind of the guinea pig, got to test a lot of products.
He's called the quality control.
And he's a quality control. Very good. Okay, so that's a lot of fun for Pepper. Did Pepper gain weight while you were figuring out the exact right recipe?
For sure. Definitely. Like if there's any bad ones, like or burnt, I always give them to him. And I'm sure he's going to taste an actual good one sometime and be mad that we've been giving him bad ones. But
that's funny. Okay, so Pepper was the guinea pig. You finally got your recipe perfected, and then it was time to start selling these to other people. How did you find customers? How did you get the word out that you had these for sale and get started?
Well, so my mom has a Facebook. She's the one that runs the Facebook account because I don't have Facebook. And so she kind of like put it out there. We started with like testers. So I did some teachers here and my volleyball coaches, and I started saying like, do you want to just test some dog treats to make sure they liked them before we sold them? And so they would do that, and they'd go home and give it to their dogs and text me like pictures of them. So we would post them, and it kind of just like started rolling. And like my aunt and like other family members started reposting it, and then their friends started asking my mom for treats and me for treats, and it kind of just all started going together when people started reposting it and everything, and it just hasn't stopped yet.
Very cool. So you gave them out for free. Because this is actually a really good business strategy. You gave away products for free, people tested them, and then they provided you testimonials and things like that that you could post on social media.
Yes. So then when we knew, so we wouldn't want to actually sell for money if they didn't like them, because that wouldn't be fair for the owners. So we wanted to make sure they liked them first, and we tried all different kinds of dogs. So once we tried all the different kinds of dogs, we decided that it would be a go, and like a month after, when we started testing everything, we finally said it's time to have a profit for it.
Okay. Wow. That's great. That's a good strategy. And so were you using Facebook exclusively to put these out and to show them to people?
Facebook at first, and then I started going around, and Mom would go to her work, and if I go with her, I'd go around, but because of COVID, I can't really go to her work. So she asked them, and then they like texted me or emailed me. Okay. And I'd go around school and I'd say, like, you want some? Like, some of my friends have ordered dog treats for me, and they're supporting my FFA business, so that's always nice.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. And do you charge extra for a cake for a dog's birthday?
I do.
Awesome.
Because they're pretty big. They're like substantial size.
They're substantial. Wow. So how many of these special order cakes have you done so far?
I think we've done about like 15, because we don't advertise them as much as the treats, because the treats make like so many, and the cakes, we don't have that much room, like a fridge even for like super, like to test them all and like go give them. But when we did the little cakes to go test out, we would tell like how much they were and everything. Okay.
Well, still 15 is quite a few. To have in a small town, 15 people want to buy a cake for their dog. I mean, I think that sounds like a lot, and you're just getting started. And so you sold the 10 dozen at Christmas, and obviously Christmas is going to be a high sales time. How has it been since you started selling those? Is it pretty steady? Do you have orders coming in every week?
Yeah. So after the 100 dozen that we sold,
100 dozen.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's okay.
But when we sold that during Christmas, we stopped them because we did like a couple weeks before we had to ship them. Like we put out shipping orders to like all the different states. Like we did Alabama. We've done a couple, like we've done Nebraska and around Missouri too, because we can't get to like all the places, especially because I have school. And so we shipped them out and all that. And then so once everybody knew that they could start doing that, more came through.
Okay.
And when it was done with Christmas, we I think it was last week, we advertised for Valentine's Day coming up, and they just keep coming in and on emails and text messages all the time.
Oh, wow. So with all these orders coming in, then you got to take care of shipping and all of that. How much time are you devoting per week to making these treats?
Well, we did like, we usually do research and everything. And then like we would make the treats, the dough the day before, and then we make the treats, and then we'd ship them out the day we tell them. So I'd plan it out accordingly. So like if I have basketball games or volleyball games, it's before that, and everything like that. So that's kind of how that worked out.
Wow. And the customer from Alabama, did they find you online? Is this somebody you knew? How did you develop
like
that?
Family.
Oh, that was
like
family.
Family followed him. Yeah, like she followed him.
Okay. So this was a family member or somebody that was following a family member?
Somebody that was following one of my family.
Oh, well, that's great. That's great. That's how that spider web kind of develops, right? It goes from one person to the next, and they see it. That's great. Okay, so that sounds very busy. You've got to buy the ingredients, you've got to make everything, put it together, decorate it, box it up, ship it, talk with customers, take orders. Is it just you and your mom who are doing this, or have you brought other people in to help?
No, but it's just me and my mom so far.
Okay, and you're doing this all around other extracurricular activities, playing sports.
Yes.
Volleyball, basketball, are those your two main sports? Do you have a spring sport as well?
I don't play basketball, but I cheer for it.
So okay.
And I'll just try to plan, if I have a basketball game that day, I'll tell my mom, like, we can't do it that day, so let's work around it. So we work on my schedules, and I text my cheer coach which ones we're cheering at and everything, and I get it all squared away before we have any plans.
Okay. And man, you're just getting started. This is your first year. That is really cool. So do you think this is going to grow to the level where you're not going to be able to do it all yourself? You're going to have to hire somebody?
I mean, if it happens, I guess. I don't really know yet because...
Well, would you like to grow it to that level?
I'm hoping we grow it substantially a lot because, like, especially if I have 4 years of this. Yeah. I don't want to be able to keep growing. Obviously, I don't want it to just stop. And we're hoping, because we keep getting new customers. Like, there's only been a couple reorders from the same people because like they last a while. Like we've tested how long they last and everything. So
wow,
that's
great. So you've got 3.5 years left of high school FFA, and you've got this great business started already. Do you see yourself adding more products or more services or something like that to this as you go forward?
I'm hoping we can add some more things other than just cakes and treats. I don't really know what that is going to be yet, but because like we're not making like toys or anything, but hoping we can like start doing more. Like we do different shapes all the time, and we buy more shapes to like punch out and everything.
Oh, that's fun. Do you have a favorite shape that you make for the dogs, or a favorite shape the dogs have?
Everybody, like a lot of the dogs like stars because they're so like crunchy. But when it was Christmas time, we had molds that we had to like press out and everything, and it was like Santa and like snowmen and stuff, and I really liked them. They were really cute.
Oh no, we had dogs all over Missouri eating Santa.
Yeah.
That'd be funny to do an experiment and see if somebody dressed up as Santa showed up at the house and the dog just went nuts.
Oh yeah,
This is really fun. I'm excited for you because there's so much potential here, and you're learning a ton of different aspects about business already because you're doing everything, right? You've got to figure out what the ingredients cost. You probably know what it costs to make each individual cookie. And then you got to figure out how much you're going to mark those up to cover your shipping costs, whatever you package them in, your time for doing all of this, and to be able to make a little bit of a profit and still have money left over to buy new ingredients and pay for new shipping. So, I mean, that can get pretty complex in a hurry. Has that been an interesting thing to learn?
I've been asking a lot of questions from like other people. Like one of my teachers owns a business, and I always ask her like, what are your, like, how do you usually do this and like all this? And she usually helps me, and she helped get the boxes that we ordered. and they help with like how to time management, everything, because they're teachers and everything. So it was pretty nice. All that.
That is great. Well, Kenzie, I am excited for you. This is a very interesting start for a number of different things for your own business, but for your own learning. Do you like being your own boss? Do you like running your own business?
Oh, I do. It's pretty fun.
Very cool.
I feel really grown up for sure.
Do you foresee a future, or do you consider a future where you don't actually work for another boss, but you're your own boss, like for your whole life?
I don't know. I've always wanted to be like a teacher, so I've been like kind of aiming for like a boss. But I don't know. Now that I have the dog treats, I have a wider span of online.
Yeah. Once you start working for yourself, it can be addicting. You'll have to watch that. Kenzie, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing this with us today.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for being here, everybody, and thank you to Kenzie Brown for joining us on the show today. Hey, we would love it if you would click that subscribe button and become a subscriber here on the Off Farm Income YouTube channel. And then, of course, follow us on social media. You can find us, well, at least in 4 different spots: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And we would love to connect with you there. And until next time, as always, enjoy your journey to the ultimate lifestyle business, agriculture.